Well, good morning, YouTube. This is William Williams, Philippines. I hope everybody's having a blessed day. It's the beginning of Christmas Eve, so somebody's probably somewhere already into Christmas morning at this point. Yeah, 24 hours out. Anyway, it's about 3:30 in the a.m. here on Central Time, U.S., here in Texas Panhandle. Boy, some days I wonder about folks having folks getting rude with somebody's passing. It's kind of wrong. But hey, everybody gets to be their own personal monster and choose to whether they work on that or they just go on being a monster. Attacking, you know, somebody that's passed is, yeah, ain't right. Even if you didn't like them, there's better things to do than harass somebody over that, especially when you're messing with a grieving widow and child. That Mark guy over there in the Philippines passed. Anyway, that's not the only thing that's wrong with that, but people, you get to decide for yourself what you do with you. And you know, I tell everybody it's everything that is right and wrong with you is between your left ear, your right ear, your heart, head, and God. That's where you need to be working, not on somebody else. And if you're attacking somebody else, well, I can guarantee you need to do a whole lot of work between your left ear, your right ear, your heart, head, and God. Defense is one thing, but initiate attacks is another. Believe me, there's days I'd like to toss people out the roof, right off of it. See how well they fly. Fourth floor flight lessons or 40th floor flight lessons. But that's not right. That'd be working on the wrong person. You got to work on yourself and not worry about other people. Make you the better you. It ain't easy some days. And trying to point it out to some folks, they just don't understand. And I'm not going to sit here and argue with them. I want to cry when I tell them that they're acting childish. Well, grow up. I'm an old man at 61. I've had a long time, 25 years of working on me, working between my left ear, my right ear, my heart, head, and God. Now, was I real good when I first started trying to work on me? Oh no. It took a whole bunch more of my stupid to get loose before I started actually getting to the point where I was caging it up and getting rid of it. Some days I worry about the cage being broke open and that nightmare getting back out. But I've pretty much learned how to keep that cage in real good repair because I don't want that monster back out. But some folks, you know, haven't even tried to cage their monster and figure out how to be a better them. I'm still working on me. I barely want to, I can barely deal with me, yet other people want you to take and, deal with them. Are you serious? You want me to be your mechanic? Uh-huh. Well, I'm not a brain surgeon. I've said the Serenity Prayer before. You can go back and find it. it is up to you what you do in your life. We get to make decisions that affect other people, yes. And when you're making a decision that affects other people, you really need to think 3 times. Carpenters, measure twice, cut once. When it comes down to dealing with people, measure 3 times and cut once. Make sure you triple check that, and it's not going to be a damaging. And even if it is, make sure there's a real reason for it and that it's actually the right cut to make. Don't get me wrong, sometimes you need to tell somebody that they're being a child and to grow up. Stop being an idiot. Grow up. I've heard it a few times. Okay, more than a few times. I don't have to hear it very often nowadays because I've got a lot better than what I used to be, and I don't really let much of anything outside of me affect how I am inside my head. I don't let people rent for free. You wouldn't want to pay my rent. But I don't try to tell other people how to live. It's not my job. That's their they got to figure themselves out. Anyway, I had some fun this morning. And no, I didn't get to get the box open. It's still sitting on my desk, unopened. My Mac Mini has not seen light of day, at least since they put it in the box and shipped it. Hell, the box that the Mac Mini is in hasn't even seen the light of day, because it's still in the box that Amazon shipped it to me in. I was going to play with that after I got back from the grocery store and the pharmacy. Yeah. How should we say this? I decided to buy a box of wine. Yeah, cheap stuff. Anyway, I bought me a box of wine and got home and realized that they'd charged me full price instead of sale price. Had to go back and show that and get them to fix it and then drive all the way home. And, well, took up more time than what I wanted to. Ended up, By the time I got that done, got home, got something to eat, and got to the point of being able to actually sit down and do something again, it was already 1:30. It was going to take more than 30 minutes to take and do what I was going to do. So I put that thing on hold, and yeah. And, well, it is my Christmas present, so I don't know. Yeah, I bought me a Christmas present because, well, I know what I want for Christmas. Ain't going to say other people know or don't know, but hey, Santa got me what I wanted for Christmas. Hello, I'm Santa. Oh. But yeah, I wanted it. I went ahead and got it. And I've got the toys to go with it. So the only thing I'm going to really need is a monitor, but I'm not going to get a new one, not until I get to the Philippines. And yeah, there's even I don't know, I may just try to get the little 15-inch diagonal or a 21-inch diagonal monitor, little portable one, little bitty thin thing. I mean, but I really doubt it. I don't really need to be carrying any extra weight. I already got enough going over there and trying to figure out how to. Yes, I'm still having that moment. I want to make sure I get my cast iron to the Philippines with me, especially just the one. But you got to realize that cast iron has survived in my life for 40 years. And a lot of stupid years at that. Actually, more than 40. So, yeah. It has been with me a while. And I wouldn't want to lose it because, well, like I say, it's sentimental. I got a couple other things that are kind of sentimental, but yeah, I can honestly say this is one of my longest lasting things in my life. I got about a dozen things that have been in my life as long or longer than that. Probably a half dozen. So yeah, there's not a lot in my life that survived my stupidity on Stupid Street. I was talking with somebody who's trying to get off Stupid Street and had to go back and had to start over being from Stupid Street. And yeah, choices, you get to make them. I don't try to tell other people how to do things or what to do. But some days you just got to tell them to shut up, grow up, quit crying about it, and start accepting responsibility for your own doings. I had somebody break into my trailer back in East Texas shortly after I got off of Stupid Street. And I'm all upset because, well, somebody broke into my trailer and stole my rod reel and tackle box. Pissed me off. And I'm all upset about it. And one of my friends looks at me and says, well, it's your own fault. I'm like, how is it my fault that somebody broke into my house and robs me? And he says, well, you're down here amongst a whole bunch of broken people who have nothing. And then you wave around something of value and then wonder why it disappears. So basically, he basically proved to me that it was my own fault that I got robbed. Yeah, because I was waving stuff around in front of people and wondered why they stole it. Yeah, so it was my fault in a way, and I accept that. You gotta own your part in the mess. And yeah, that was my part in the mess. We get to grow up if we survive long enough. There's a few people I really wish would take and grow up. Don't get me wrong. I know that some kid that's 25 or under barely even has an idea that they have ears, much less that they're still wet behind them. We expect them to still be childish and not grown up yet. Some of them are. I do not deny that some of them are grown up, got a lot of growth under their belt, and are already, taking responsibility for their lives and more adult than some adults I know. But then you get told to somebody who's, over 40 and they're still acting like a child. I got a cousin, and he's just a little younger than I am, and yeah, still makes bad choices, and he chooses to remain there. But hey, it's his choice. It'd be nice if he'd grow up, but, well, I hope he survives. I love him dearly, but he's a knucklehead, and I'm not going to say otherwise. But he's my knucklehead. We all got a couple of them in our family. If you don't know which one it is, it's probably you, possibly me. But yes, we get to grow up. And I don't try to get into other people's doings. Even when they try to drag me into it, I try to stay out of it. Because it's just not my job, not my territory, not my Fruit Loop to give a flying F about. It's just not mine. It is what it is, though. Anyway, caught somebody been off for a while, hadn't been putting out, and I went over and found their newest one. They just put it out yesterday. Apparently they were off on a surgery for a hip. I know I was down, of course, now this was about 30 years ago, a little over, for a pin screw and 2 pieces of wire holding my kneecap together. Yeah, there's some things that just ain't no fun. Getting surgery on a hip, a joint, a shoulder. I've had 2 rotator cuff surgeries. There's no fun in joints not working right. Yeah. So Dan, I feel you on that. Get feeling better. Blessings. Merry Christmas, and hope you're walking good. Better by the new year. I know. I've got another friend. She's dealing with a car wreck. Same to you, girl. Get feeling better. Merry Christmas to all of you. Yeah. Anyway, I'm probably going to try to get this out today, and then work on my one for tomorrow while I'm here, and then get home and try to actually break everything out and get that video going for that. And I'm going to try to actually edit that one. I may film it on other cameras and then try to piece it together and make a video out of it, and actually use the video editing stuff from on the Mac Mini. It may take me a little while. Part of me says put CapCut on it, and the other part says they've got something Resolve or DaVinci or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if I want to try to learn another one, or because I barely got an idea of how to do it with CapCut. So I don't know. We will see. Yeah, a whole bunch of new stuff coming up. So if you hear me back on here, yeah, over the next few days cussing because I don't know how to do something and it's a real headache. All right, if you see smoke coming out of my ears, I might be in overload mode and needing to be doused with a large amount of cold water. Cool the brain cells off. Anyway, I'm hoping to have some fun doing this new territory. Like I say, I'm barely getting the iPhone figured out. And there's still new stuff I'm learning on it. I didn't know that it could connect to the computer wirelessly. And Apparently it does it through something called iDropper or something like that. I know what a Dropbox is for my, for files and such. I actually have an account somewhere for that. I found it when I was transferring passwords between password vaults. Because we all want to mess with all that stuff. No. Anyway, I hope you've had a blessed day. I hope your Christmas is a good one. Remember to take care of you. Because if you ain't taking care of you, you sure can't take care of anyone else. So remember to take care of you. But again, remember you need to try to take care of some other folks too and help them out. It's probably the only reason I really wanted to take and talk to any of these people about this mess. But hey, sometimes you have to go back into hell to help drag somebody else back out. It is an interesting way of looking at life, but it is doable. And on occasion, you actually help somebody out. Not many, but some. Quite honestly, a lot of them don't want help. They would rather stay there and fight their little mess and stay in the mess instead of trying to find a way out. Because some folks are just stupid that way and want to stay in the mess. Hey, what's that thing about horses and water, right? You can point the door out of hell, point to the door out of hell and say, hey, go that direction. But if they don't want to hear you or see it, it's self-inflicted stupidity and blindness with intent to remain stupid and blind. Like I said, the most you can do is point out the door and say, hey, come on, I'll walk with you. But if they don't want to follow you out or go, not see it, hey, you've done your part. You threw the seed. Past that, somebody else's department. And yeah, a lot of messes out there. People choose to remain in them. Anyway, Merry Christmas, blessings to all. I'm William from Williams, Philippines, and I hope you've have a great Christmas and lots of food and friends. Positive stuff to you. Anyway, I'm Fish, and hey, Merry Christmas. Fish is out.